All right, welcome to another edition. This time I'm doing not Star Wars: The Old Republic, but Ark Survival Ascended. Still working on my mutations. Been doing pretty good with the mutations. Can't really complain, you know. Not big on Valentine's Day, but you know, there it is. The dinosaurs are shitting out chocolate candies and stuff, which is funny. I managed to cryo everything that you know, was out there on the water, because the range on these the range on these regular ones here is very small. You see, that's the circle right there. So I figured, you know, the other one, the range was humongous. I mean, I didn't have to worry about anything. But here the range is very small in the regular trough, so that's why I don't leave creatures over here by themselves. You know, I'll put everything on the other side. But anyway, that's what's going on here, and I just continue the mutations. Let's see. All right, before I do that, I'm going to see if I can switch out and get a video going. See, I moved my regular guy here. And here, see, they're shitting, instead of shitting out eggs, they're shitting out a box of chocolates. You know what I mean? That's funny. So our new level is 484, so we're trying to find 486. That's really what we're trying to do. There we go. Let me try to get hopefully this thing won't fail. Alright, this video is Are Liberals Okay? Part 2 from Angela Rose. You know what, on second thought, well, no, that's fine. Let's see.
Just hold it? Or am I supposed to just wet my pants?
Hey guys, it's Angela, and in this video we have more crazy liberal behavior. Please make sure that you are subscribed to my channel.
They, them, energy.
That's crazy.
They, them, energy.
They don't sound very energetic.
They, them, energy. They, them.
The ending, boom. I mean, they, them, energy. I cannot lie. That was a pretty good beat. This is pretty hilarious.
Them, energy. They, them, energy.
I like the fact that the they, them energy is like no energy at all. They, them energy. It's like kind of weird.
They, them, energy. They, them, energy.
Unfortunately, this is probably the best thing that I have seen come out of the LGBTQ community. It doesn't get any more crazier than a woman divorcing her husband because he booed Taylor Swift.
What?
I mean, at this point, it is so difficult to tell what is real and what is not. Because to base your entire life off of a celebrity that you don't know, you never met, you probably never will, it's crazy.
I'm divorcing my husband because he booed Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl, and I still don't think he believes me, to be honest, but he might want to start, because I just filed my paperwork at the courthouse, and you can see right here, the date of separation is this year's Super Bowl. I'm not just doing this because of the action of booing, I am doing this because of everything that it represents in our relationship. I have loved Taylor Allison Swift since I was 12 years old.
No, she did not just call her by her full name as if she is her mom.
My husband even likes her too. Like, he'll put on her music when we're cooking together. He has a favorite song, it's Girl at Home. But we were at the Super Bowl, it was me, him, and 5 of his buddies. And when they put Taylor up on the
Yes, I went on the boys' trip. Sorry, but I don't believe you should be excluded from once-in-a-lifetime experiences on the basis of gender. So she was also a tag-along. The guy, her husband, was with all of his buddies who were probably booing too. And somehow, this is the final straw in their relationship?
Jumbotron, all of his buddies started booing.
Yep.
And my
there it
husband
is.
joined in.
Jeez.
And that just tells me everything I need to know about that man, because he didn't care that that would hurt my feelings.
You weren't
Yeah.
even supposed to be on the trip.
He just wanted to fit in with his boys. He didn't even care that that's not even how he actually feels. He just like wanted to look cool, I guess. And that's not a man. That's a boy. And when you see that, you can't really unsee it. So I'm divorcing him. Thankfully, I have a prenup. I'll be retaining all my
What?
assets as well as the assets that I inherited.
I mean, when you are at a sporting event and the whole crowd starts cheering or they start booing, it is a little bit of your job to partake in the enjoyment, the excitement of the crowd, whatever emotion it is. You're supposed to like join in, you know? That's how you have fun. That's how you celebrate at a sporting event. So if people are booing and you boo, I don't know if that is necessarily grounds for divorce.
With peace and love, he probably will not be returning to the Super Bowl anytime soon. So that's one less booer for you, Taylor. I love you.
Okay, no, this has to be fake. I'm calling it. You're psycho for making a fake video like this, but regardless, you're psycho. Whether you're divorcing him because he booed Taylor Swift, that makes you crazy. But if you posted a fake video about it, I'm sorry, that also makes you crazy, okay? Still. Those Swifties, they're out of control. Okay, so here we have a woman who thinks that the U.S. Army just couldn't take Mexico's cartel.
Around and find out, Trump. Oh, we might be saved
She
by like
swears.
the most unexpected group of people.
Yeah,
You know
totally.
who Trump's trying to declare war
Here's the
on?
mutation. Nice.
The cartel.
Oh, so scary. You know, honestly, it is such a good
All
thing
right,
that
that's
he
it.
has declared war on them, because they have been bringing so many drugs into our country. And the fact that the places like Peru, Colombia, Mexico, they produce these drugs, yet people of their countries don't consume them like Americans do. And that is really sad. And I'm happy that we have a president who cares enough to put an end to that. And for this girl to believe that the cartel is just so almighty and powerful is just absolutely ridiculous. It's like she's fangirling them. Like, she is so excited about like Pablo Escobar and like El Chapo and stuff, and like she buys into this fantasy of them, not realizing that yeah, they run Mexico, but who do you think is more powerful, Mexico or the United States? I mean, let's get real here. Come on, so crazy. And here we have a bunch of people who are so upset about Doge, Elon Musk, and so like the first girl that we watched, they also came up with a little song.
One more time. Doge is to blame for this mess that they cannot contain. On the cover of night, they try to take all our rights, but we won't back down without a fight.
2 hours later.
In a row, no retirement woes, and our country has not gone berserk. Doge is to blame for this mess that they cannot contain. Under cover of night, they tried to take all our rights, but we won't back down without a fight.
What? I mean, they're like, we love our government's horrendous work and all of the horrible spending that they have been doing, and then also saying that they have been taking away all of their rights. I mean, that has to be the question of the decade. It's like, what rights? Please elaborate what rights. Instead, they just come up with weird songs, weird poems.
National Cancer Institute funded study was terminated. I never received a written letter, but I was told to stop work immediately and that no more research expenditures would be allowed. My study to explore how to safely collect sexual orientation and gender identity in cancer care practices was in response.
Whoa, wait, what did she just say? every time we hear what these federal workers were doing for a living, it's just like, wait, what? That doesn't even make any sense. What did she say? She said she was working to safely collect sexual orientation and gender identity. What? What? Of course you didn't receive a letter. That job isn't worth the 25-cent stamp.
Response to the American Society of Clinical Oncology, the American Medical Association, the U.S. Preventative Services Task Force, and many other national professional standard-setting bodies that recognize that we need better data.
Come on. If you're so skilled at what you do, how is it that you are giving a speech in front of a crowd and you don't even look at them? You can't even talk to them. You care so much about whatever it is that you do that you can't even look into the people's eyes, into the camera's eyes, and tell them what you do. You're so passionate about this stupid, pathetic job that you don't even have like a little bit of grit to just like speak freely and tell the injustices to the world. Instead, you have to read it off of your small phone like Cardi B. I don't believe it. Like, how are we supposed to feel bad for you? At least this person is having a conversation without holding a phone.
I can't pee in 4% of America right now. So
you can't pee in 4% of America.
In 4% of America.
How? Hold on, bro. How?
It's just so crazy that this is what exists in some people's heads. Like, these are the types of conversations that they have with themselves. They say things like, oh, I can't do this, or my rights are being taken away, or this is so bad, or all of these injustices are happening to me. It has to be so difficult to be these people, to like have their ways of thinking. I mean, it just sounds really limiting to have to worry about something like this. I mean, it's just such elementary stuff. I mean, we have bigger problems, bigger things to do in life than to worry about the gender of bathrooms that we're going to be using. I mean, like, just go to your right bathroom and then go out in life and do stuff. But don't make going to the bathroom like your whole life's focus. It's like, what?
I can't pee in 4% of America right now. So
you can't pee in 4% of America.
In 4% of America, it is illegal for me to use the men's restroom in government buildings.
So, because of the biology bill that they just passed?
Yes, because I am biologically female, I cannot use the men's restroom in Florida or Utah.
What would you say to people who would say, well, just use the family restroom or a gender-neutral restroom if it's available? Like, what would your thoughts on that be?
What am I supposed to do if there isn't a gender-neutral restroom available? Am I supposed to just hold it? Or am I supposed to just wet my pants?
And again, as like I see this person with their hat and their glasses, you live in America, you can dress how you want. And when you have this freedom, it's up to you what you do with it. I mean, we should do good things with it. It's like we have all the options for food in the world that you could possibly imagine. Like, we're so fortunate to live in a country with so many brands and so much readily accessible food. Now, you have the option to just eat complete junk food, or you have the option to eat healthily, and that's going to help you be more energetic, and you're going to feel good, you're going to look good. And that's a choice. But don't choose like the junk food and then complain about it. It's like, you are in charge of your life. Don't try to blame everybody else. But ever since Trump got elected, the whole LGBTQ thing has just been a big topic. And it's always the whole thing of, it's like they can't control it. It's just like something that is supposed to be innate in them. It's just, if that was true, then why is it that they don't exist in such a great majority like they do in the US in other countries? And that's the reason why they were trying to give so much government spending to the rest of the world, to try to push these agendas on them. If they didn't exist, then why were they funding billions, hundreds of millions of dollars abroad to try to make them exist? You know what I'm saying?
Hi, this is Senator John Fetterman. I'm standing in front of my office.
and two flags that are two core values of mine. I am an unapologetically pro-military, also very pro for the LGBTQ communities, and I would like to remind everyone that there was a time when it was very controversial to desegregate our military. And there was a time it was incredibly controversial to have women serve in a combat roles. And it was also very controversial regarding on who loves. That's why.
I mean, can women do as well as men can in a combat role? I mean, honestly, I don't know if it's something that many women would even want to do when it is quite literally one of the most traumatic jobs that you can have. At the end of the day, all that matters is who is best for the job. And if women aren't as good for the job, then they shouldn't be doing it. Here we have a Ukrainian soldier taking off his American flags from his helmet.
I saw that one earlier. What up, Leon? They're lost, bro. We're pretty good when we get up there and do the job.
So the person who reshared this said, oh, well, I saw another person reshare it that said, okay, great, now can we have like our $130 billion back?
Yeah.
The more that our government is sharing with us about just this horrific spending, like giving Social Security to people who are 300 years old, all of these diversity projects abroad, things that don't even exist in the most random countries, it seems like more and more people are beginning to understand the Republicans' point of view. But it's just kind of weird that some people are just so ingrained in like identity politics that they'll prefer it over anything, no matter what. They don't care if $100 billion is being sent abroad or just being flushed down the toilet, $4.7 trillion just gone. They don't care because like their identity stuff is like everything to them. And that makes sense because our identities are everything to us, but they shouldn't be given to us by somebody else. It's like we create who we are. Like we become what we want to be, It's not like they're like, okay, here's a list of like genders and stuff. Now choose your favorite. It's like, no.
You want to see what it's like to deal with discrimination and hate? Be a conservative at a liberal event. You. That's crazy. You can look for this.
I mean, they're just so unbothered, and liberals just always seem unhinged.
This on X, Elon Musk platform.
I quit X when that prick bought it because it's like a
Nazi platform.
No. It's a Nazi platform?
Yeah, it certainly is. You should check it out.
Let go of the mic.
Imagine if it was like the other way around and that like a Trump rally had a person with like some LGBTQ flag. People would probably just like look at them and be like, oh, like it's an interesting choice of outfit, but they wouldn't like attack them or like yell at them and stuff. And that's like, it's just weird. Again, like many Republicans say this, that it's so bizarre that liberals say that they are the party of love and acceptance, yet they don't want anything to do with Christians or people who disagree with them. Like that's where they just draw the line. And they want things like this to happen. So here in California, this guy, Henry Hanlon, is pretending to be a female, and he is going to be playing in a high school's basketball game with a bunch of girls. And like he's just like scoring points on them left and right. I just don't know how the parents are watching this, and they're just like watching this guy just beating all of these girls again and again, point after point. I mean, you know, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Here we have a person saying that we fear our democracy. We pledge of allegiance to our flag. And then another picture saying deport Elon Musk, and then it says stop hurting immigrants, yet he's saying to deport Elon Musk, the smartest person in the world. So grateful. Again, I mean, could you imagine if he went to like England or something? That would have been bad. But yet you have people like this outside.
Public execution of Donald Trump and Elon Musk.
Yes, please. She just said that she supports taking out Elon Musk. So horrendous. This little kid needs his dad. Watch what he had to say.
What should I do?
Save America.
Oh.
Help Trump.
He said, save America and help Trump. And what is so exciting is that their mission is so much stronger and united than the chaos happening in the liberal world. And that's why it's so important to have a very clear definition of what it is that we are going to do. And they have made this very complex stuff so simple. They say just competence, caring, save America, help Trump. Very simple statements like this that we can repeat in our heads and focus on. And I mean, it just makes life so much easier than having all of this drama, because it's no fun and it's ultimately unproductive. That's the reason why people are getting fired. That's the reason why they're not qualified for their jobs. And that's the reason why countries aren't receiving funding from the US anymore. I mean, keep it simple, keep it smart, and that is how America is going to be great. And we can implement the same things in our own lives. Please make sure that you guys are subscribed. Thank you. You guys are amazing, the best people. Have a great day. Bye.
Yeah, liberals are kind of weird in my perspective. I don't mean to be rude or anything, but they just freak me out sometimes. I don't care about your personal sexual stuff. I don't, but they come off as kind of wild and unruly, and it's more important for them to attack you because you don't agree with them, yet they claim to be tolerant. People who are tolerant don't do that. You know, they just don't. So that's why I call bullshit on that whole movement, personally. Let's see. Yeah, I had to go back to the more primitive things. Any quality of life machinery is going to get destroyed on the first. So that's why I had to go around and get rid of all the quality of life machinery. I had to convert everything over. And it took a while. I have a regular industrial grinder now. So anyway, let's get on mutant. I was going to go out and see if I can get... I'm still looking for a better Carno saddle blueprint. Something better than... I think I have 161. Is that what it is? Yeah. 161 is the best one I've got. Anyway, I'm going to go try that out. Let me get another video going. Oh, that's Doctor Who. Not her. No. This is a new one. I don't know. Lindy Glenn. Why this Walmart lawsuit is a warning sign for shoppers in 2026. Here we go.
2.2 pounds. 4.78. 2.2. Let's look at the other one.
That don't match. The numbers that I ran made me feel like Walmart got off easy. They got off easy. That comes out to $3,330,000 a day. That comes out to over $1.2 billion a year. Billion with a B. Billion with a B. It's deception. It's false advertising. It's yucky. And this is why they got sued. So recently on my YouTube channel, I shed a little bit of light on the shadier side of Amazon regarding allowing customers to completely and totally abuse the return policy to harm third-party sellers. This entire situation has really made me fall down a sort of rabbit hole on TikTok and the internet in general regarding these mega retailers that, unfortunately, a lot of us as consumers really have no choice but to give our money to and support. But today, I want to talk about Walmart, because while Amazon has had some shady practices, and I am more than happy to deep dive into some more of those. If you're interested in more of the shadier sides of Amazon, please let me know down in the comments below. And I will do another video a little bit more in depth about the other things that Amazon's got going on that are a little bit distasteful. But for today, I want to talk about Walmart and a specific class action lawsuit that kind of shook 2024 and personally brought to light some things that I never even would have considered. And this may or may not surprise you guys, but it gets pretty nasty. So a simple Google search tells us that there have been multiple class action lawsuits against Walmart, including fake advertising, injuries, random lawsuits like a woman suing Walmart for discrimination. But the one that I want to talk to you about today is deceptive pricing and the class action lawsuit that resulted in Walmart paying $45 million in damages to its own customers that didn't know that they were being deceived. After I talk about that lawsuit specifically, I want to also shed some light on something that is coming up in the year 2026 that a lot of you guys might not know about, and I feel like it's going to open up that door wide again for Walmart to do some shady business practices.
This video went viral when a Walmart shopper exposed a potential overpricing scam. She bought chicken labeled as 4.78 pounds, but when she weighed it on the store's scale, it showed only 2.22 pounds, meaning she was being charged almost double the price. She tried another pack and got the same result.
4.9.
Okay. So yeah, to put it in the simplest of terms, and I'm actually going to go to this woman's original TikTok video so we can see her in real time showing us, not just somebody else talking about it after the fact. What was basically happening is there was pre-packaged meats, and again, this is what the class action lawsuit was about, and this was founded to be proven true, and Walmart did end up settling for a $45 million price tag as a result of all of these findings. Basically what was happening was people were getting pre-packaged meats that had one weight on the package and a price. Well, people were paying the accurate price that was on the package. So they were buying 2.5 pounds worth of chicken and they were getting, rung up accurately at the checkout. The problem was that 2.5 pound package of chicken really only weighed a little over 2 pounds or 2.25 pounds. So the weight that was being reflected on the packaging was completely inaccurate, causing people to actually pay more money per pound than advertised.
And to prove I'm not full of shit, here we go. 4.78 pounds. 2.2 pounds. 4.78. 2.2. Let's look at the other one.
That don't match.
4.9. 2 pounds. Walmart is getting us. They're screwing us. Right? They're screwing us.
Yeah, that's a big difference, right? So here's the thing. Walmart was basically, in my opinion, treating its customers like we're stupid. Even a quarter of a pound or a few ounces off, you are being robbed as the customer. You're literally being scammed because you're paying more than you think you're paying. That's the equivalent of a major company or a major retailer, a major corporation, a major product distributor. That is equivalent to them squeezing out more packages to sell with the same amount of product. Some might call it shrinkflation, but it's deceptive nonetheless because you think you're getting 2.5 pounds worth of chicken and you're actually only getting 2¼ pounds worth of chicken. So basically, the manufacturer is able to take that extra 1/4 pound of meat on every single package and turn it into more packages to be sold at full price, therefore increasing their revenue with the same amount of product. Does that make sense? But what this woman discovered was it was way more than that. We're talking a 4-pound package when it's really only 2 pounds. So they were grossly overweighing their packages. And so customers like this lady that did this TikTok, she was actually paying almost, if not more than double the cost per pound than she thought. And kudos to her for figuring it out, because most people would just pick up the package, go check out, and move on with their life. Most people would not even realize how grossly overweight those packages are. And now let's look at both sides of the coin, right? Let's try to see it from two sides. Could this have been accidental? Yes, it could absolutely have been accidental on Walmart's part, or whatever the butcher service that Walmart uses to prepackage their meat. I believe that most Walmart locations prepackage their meat because I would like to think that I've seen it myself with my own eyes. But I've also, seen people in comment sections saying things like Walmart doesn't weigh their own meat. It's the manufacturer, so Walmart is just responsible for selling it, so they might not, have any idea that their packages are so grossly overweighed and overpriced. So let's look at it from two sides, right? What if Walmart didn't know? They didn't know that these items were incorrectly weighed. What if it was a mistake? Now, speaking from experience, I understand that weights need to be calibrated. So if you've viewed my channel before, or if you've seen my other content, you'll know that I do also participate in farmers markets. I have a nut and candy business, and I will participate in farmers markets. And while I don't use a scale at the farmers market myself, I do have experience with knowing and seeing other people that participate in the farmers market with me that sell fruits and vegetables from their farms that do weigh items at the farmers market at the time the customer is purchasing. And I can tell you guys, those scales have to be regulated and calibrated. The state will not just allow for any farmer or anybody who is weighing items at the farmer's market to use any scale that they want. It has to be verified, it has to be calibrated, it has to be legal. That way, customers are not getting ripped off, which is exactly what was happening with Walmart. Customers were getting ripped off, they were getting duped, they were being deceived, they were being conned into spending more money on product than they thought. So, even if Walmart didn't know, even if Walmart was completely clueless, even if Walmart thought that all of the weights were accurate on their packages, they're still at fault here. Why? Because it's their job to make sure that their customers are not being deceived. And if they didn't know that the weights on these packages were so inaccurate, that's neglect on Walmart's part anyway, and they deserve to be sued, and they deserved to have to settle and spend millions upon millions of dollars. Now, do I personally think the $45 million was fair? No, and this is why. I did a little bit of math. I just a little bit of math, And the numbers that Walmart was probably making off of these deceptive packages is mind-blowing, just based off of the math that I did on my little calculator. But before we go over those numbers, I want to show you guys one more TikTok of someone explaining the other side of why Walmart was sued for this reason. Because it wasn't just pre-weighed, pre-packaged items that Walmart got busted for. They were also busted for having prices on the shelf that did not match what happened when people went to go ring up at the register. Now, I know that if the price is lower at the register, nobody's going to complain, right? Nobody's going to complain. We can all be very, very, very happy when we get to the checkout and the price is less than we thought, but the problem arises when the price is higher than we thought. And that's what people started noticing. They started noticing, on the shelf something is $2.77, and then they check their receipt and it's actually $2.97. So that was 20 cents more than they originally thought that they paid. They don't find out till they get home, because when you're checking out with 20 or more items, you might not be paying attention to every single item that's scanned. Although you gotta admit, after this video, I bet you're going to pay closer attention every time an item is scanned. I know I am.
These photos were used in a recent lawsuit. So if you look closely, you can see this is normally $1.48 per pound, but it was on rollback for 98 cents. It measured in at 15 pounds, 0.38 ounces. But look here, on the receipt, it actually got charged 23 pounds instead of 15 pounds. 1 pound at 98 cents a pound. So the rollback worked properly. They were charged the $22.76 that this was normally marked for, exactly the same, $22.76 and $22.76, so that at the rollback price, they just increased the poundage so that it equaled out to the same amount that it was going to be charged prior to the rollback.
So, okay, here's the thing with this, right? When this turkey was scanned, it scanned for the same price that was on the tag, right? It scanned for the same price that was on the tag. So while you're checking out, while you're actually looking at it, you might be looking at it and saying, oh, it's the price that was on the tag. However, you don't realize that turkey was on rollback, and it was actually supposed to be about 30% cheaper because the price per weight on the tag was, what, $1.48. It said it was on rollback for 98 cents a pound. So you would think that, okay, so it's supposed to ring up for less than what's on the tag price. But that is what is referred to as a bait and switch, which is a gray area. It's a gray area, but I think the way that Walmart used this as a bait and switch is not allowed, right? It's completely illegal. It's false advertising. You're thinking that you're going to be paying 98 cents a pound so that you pick up the turkey because $1.48 a pound isn't as appealing. So you pick up the turkey thinking you're paying 98 cents a pound and you're actually paying $1.48 a pound. And that's just scammy, scummy, and just not right.
Here's another example of pork that was weighing in at 1.98 pounds, price per pound $5.17, and total price $10.24. When it was charged up, it was charged for 2.19 pounds at $4.67, so it did
nice.
The rollback price.
Terror Bird Blueprint,
and came out to the same
That's
total,
good.
$10.24.
I like Terror Birds.
That it would have been before the rolled back price per
They're a little
pound,
loud though,
because they overcharged for the pounds in the exact amount to get the exact price that it would have been before their sale.
Dirty, 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 dirty. Oh my gosh. So yeah, it's number manipulation, it's deception, it's false advertising, it's yucky, and this is why they got sued.
Walmart still denies any wrongdoing, but has agreed to settle tentatively for $45 million. So customers who purchased eligible groceries sold by weight from Walmart between October 2018 and January 2024 may qualify for the settlement. So you can go to you can use that to find the link. Also, this is mouseprint.org. There's great information there, and that's where I looked all of this.
Okay, so that's basically the end of that video. Unfortunately, the settlement, like the form that you could fill out to be a part of the settlement and get some money, that has already passed. You know, all of this has been settled more than a year ago, but we're just talking about it now because of what I want to talk to you about up next, something that's about ready to happen by the year 2026. But before I get into the deceptive practices that I see in the very near coming future and why I wanted to talk about this today so that we can all be prepared for it and have our eyes open and be watching to make sure that we're not getting screwed over as Walmart's customers. First, I want to run some numbers with you because the numbers that I ran made me feel like Walmart got off easy. They got off easy only having to pay $45 million in damages. Because listen to these numbers. So let's say I was overcharged 9 cents on an item, right? I'm not going to say anything about it because it's 9 cents. It's a matter of pennies. So let's start doing some math. So 9 cents. Let's say 9 cents you're not going to cause a stink about. But let's say that happens to 100 people every single hour that shop at Walmart. So now that turns into $9 that 100 people are just giving one Walmart store in overages that they don't realize they're being charged. So when I Googled, it turns out that on average, a Walmart store is open for 17 hours a day. So now that turns into $153 over the course of one day of one Walmart being open. Now, how many stores are in the United States? 4,615 stores nationwide. So If that happens at every single store that exists in the United States, that is $706,095 in overages that Walmart is collecting in one single day. Now, let's do a year. So they're not open 365 days a year. We know that Walmart is closed on Christmas Day. I honestly don't remember if it's closed on Thanksgiving at all, but let's just say it is. So let's take that times 363 days if they're closed on Thanksgiving and Christmas. That comes out to a whopping $256,312,485 a year. Now, that's $250 million. $250 million a year just from charging 100 people an hour an extra 9 cents every single day that they're open in every single store that they have. Now, if that wasn't staggering enough, I decided to Google and just simply ask Google, how many shoppers does Walmart have every single day across the United States? So according to AI, Google, ChatGPT, whatever, Walmart has 37 million customers a day. 37 million customers a day. So if we use that number, let's say 37 million customers a day times 9 cents. That comes out to $3,330,000 a day. Now let's take that times 363 days a year. That comes out to over $1.2 billion a year. Billion with a B. Billion with a B. So just the act of Walmart overcharging each customer 9 cents. Now, this is not a proven thing. Let me backtrack before we all explode in anger and go yell unnecessarily at a Walmart employee. This is just my figures, my personal curiosity of my thoughts. How much money would I be okay losing every time I went to Walmart? 9 cents, right? So if everybody thought like me and all estimated 37 million Walmart shoppers on a daily basis all were giving an extra 9 cents that they didn't know that they were giving, $1.2 billion a year. $1.2 billion a year. And Walmart got away with a $45 million settlement. That's chump change. They should have had to have paid a lot more than that to its harmed customers. Just my opinion. So now let's talk about what's coming down the pike for Walmart and why I see this problem getting even worse.
Announced that they're using the technology that would enable them to implement dynamic and surge grocery pricing. By 2026, they say that they're going to deploy the technology to 2,300 locations. They're saying it's in a bid to improve efficiency and customer service, but these particular programs have been known to allow retailers to instead use it to gather data and information on consumers and use that to decide if specific shoppers can get charged more for groceries if they fit the data points that would suggest that that shopper makes more money. So of course Walmart is touting it as something that benefits the employers and the shoppers because of course, but we all know that.
So Walmart by the year 2026 is looking to do away with papered price tags and they're going digital. What does this mean to the average person? Why should you care? And how does this tie into the lawsuit that I just got done talking about? If Walmart has the ability to change the prices of items on the shelf at any moment in time they want, those prices are going to be ever changing. Now, do I think that Walmart is going to change the price 6 times a day? Maybe, maybe not. But that is going to, one, instigate this pricing issue even more because what if the price changes from the time we pick up an item off of the shelf and take it to the register, right? Like, what if when you pick up an item off of the shelf, the price is $2.67, but by the time you get to the register, the price is $3.24? You're just gonna have to pay it. Like, you're just gonna have to pay it. And so you will literally think you're paying one price and get charged at the register another price, and there's nothing you could do about it because, well, the price changed from the time you picked it up to the time you got to the register. Tough. Walmart is basically making it easier for them to change prices on the whim. Now, there's a lot of people that are on TikTok talking about surge pricing. So whether or not that is going to be the real issue, only only we will know when the digital price tags become a thing. But the problem that I personally foresee is that they got busted charging different prices at the register than were marked on the shelf. Doing digital price tags is going to basically allow them to do that as much as they want, because they can just claim, well, the price changed by the time the person got to the register. It is what it is. That is personally how I see it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you see that being a way to kind of legally do what they were doing and had the class action lawsuit filed against them for previously? Do you see this as kind of like creating this gray area and allowing them to charge whatever they want at the register? I don't know. But there are people that are talking about surge pricing regarding this Walmart digital price tag issue. Like this gentleman here talks about the surge pricing pretty in depth.
Walmart made an announcement recently. Earlier this month, Walmart announced it would be doing away with sticker shelf pricing at all 2,300 stores by 2026. That sticker shelf pricing will be replaced by digital screens. And this is a change that Walmart stated is ultimately making us faster and improving the customer experience. Now, I think it's important to note that anytime Walmart tells us something is going to be better for us, we should be asking, why are they making the change? And the conclusion that many people, myself included, have arrived at is this is a precursor to surge pricing. If you're not too familiar with surge pricing and you've ever been to a sporting event, a concert, a large gathering in an area, and you call an Uber or a Lyft after and the price is 2x or 3x what it would normally be, that is their surge pricing, which basically means demand is higher so we can get away with charging more. One industry analyst who was interviewed after Walmart made this announcement said, quote, "If it's hot outside, we can raise the price of water and ice cream," end quote. Proof that the greediest mother continue to get greedier.
That's the problem with surge pricing. That would be the equivalent to any store being able to raise the price of hand sanitizer when the pandemic happened. Or just like he said, raising the price of bottled water when it gets hot. It's nasty. It's dirty, it's deceitful, and I really, truly hope that that is not the intent, because right now, Walmart is flaunting the digital price tag aspect of their business as being more efficient. They can change prices faster. Honestly, I see it as taking an employee's job as well, because you know that an employee has to go change all of those price tags all over the store, and if they're able to just do it digitally, is that employee going to have their hours cut? Are they going to downsize their staff? I mean, you get where I'm coming with that? So that's an entirely separate situation. You know, is it another attempt for Walmart to cut costs, just like self-checkouts were? You know, ever since they did self-checkouts, now there's less cashiers, you know, and it's just one more thing that Walmart can do to cut its bottom line. But they might tout and say that they're doing this to keep their prices low, but we all know that allegedly, in my opinion, it's less about keeping the prices low and it's more about increasing their profit margins and bigger bonus checks for the higher ups in the company. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. And then I thought that this was just kind of funny. This was a TikTok that someone had put up about recording all of the prices of the items before getting to checkout. So if something checks out differently, then they have proof, so that Walmart is forced to change their prices. And I just thought that this was kind of funny, because is this what we're going to have to start doing now? Like, this is the price of the item when I took it off the shelf, and then you're going to have to sit there and like flip through your photos on your phone as each item is checked out to make sure that you're being properly charged. Is that what we're going to end up, you know, having to do? Because groceries are already expensive. And if they're going to be even more expensive than we even thought before that, the only thing that we can do to try to combat it is to pay attention. Just pay closer attention. And honestly and truly, it's disgusting that we have to pay as close attention as we do. It is. It's disgusting. It should not be this way. And it is, because these major corporations can basically do whatever they want. These major retailers can do whatever they want, and they get just a little slap on the wrist and a $45 million lawsuit settled when there are people being damaged. There are real people being damaged by this situation. And so major corporations, major retailers like Walmart can just sit around and go, okay, people know. People know what we're doing now. So what can we do to not get caught, in my opinion? Ah, yes, we can move to digital price tags. Let's do that. More than ever now, you guys, I just want to preach about shopping small. Shop small, you guys. Try to avoid major retailers as much as possible. In my last Amazon video, I talked about not buying on Amazon as much as possible because of the shady practices that Amazon has. I try so hard not to shop at Walmart if I can help it. I try to do, a different grocery route, or I try to buy things privately, or, let me know in the comments if you figured out a way not to. But it's like we are forced to shop with these major retailers, and they're doing shady things. They're just doing shady things, and there's nothing that we can do to not get screwed over. The only thing that we can do to protect ourselves is to pay attention. So that is my effort in this video, is to help shed a little bit of light and help you pay attention. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video and appreciate this kind of content, the fastest way to let me know is to hit the thumbs up. The YouTube algorithm also really likes it when you do that, so I appreciate you for it. If you have not yet subscribed, please do, and make sure to ring that notification bell. That way you're notified whenever I post my next video. Questions or comments, leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to check out the video description box. I always put a lot of useful information in there. I will also include all of the people on TikTok that I featured in this video, as well as any articles. I also have my own personal websites and my selling channels down there if you are interested in supporting me that way, or just checking out and seeing exactly what I do, because this is a learning channel. So if you are an entrepreneur and you want to see how exactly I choose to sell items, you can go check out those sales channels down there. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Well, it looks like I got a Superior Terra Bird saddle. 314. Oh. Yeah, 314. The highest I had was 292. Now I got a 314. Which is really nice, I think. $314. It's not too expensive either. Durability isn't that great, but that's okay for a saddle. Anyway, so I did get something for that round. I just went to 2 places. Alright, guys. I'm going to put the links for the 2 videos I played in the description if you want to check out their videos and pass them on and thumbs up them. Yeah, the big corporations always have these shady, all this shady stuff behind the scenes that people don't know about. And like one time, way back in the day, I was working on computers for Y2K testing. And after I was done using a brand new computer to run software in a loop to make sure it doesn't fail for Y2K, the boss says, well, I said, do I put it as a discount because it's a used computer now? And he goes, no, just put it back in the box. Just put it back in the box like that. You know what I mean? They do shady shit like that all the time. None of them care. So it explains why the country is the way it is, really, is people in management. 9 times out of 10, they don't care. But anyway, thank you for watching. I'm glad I was able to make another video. I haven't done one in a while. And you take care.